Hey everyone, welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my tutorials. Leave a comment down below if you like what I did today. So today I have for you a Quickadilly, and a Quickadilly is just a play on my name Piccadilly, meaning it's one of my short video tutorials. Today our project is this little card. Isn't this cute? It's so sweet and so pretty. I am going to be using the Prized Peony bundle. When I say bundle, it means it comes with dies as well as the stamp set. So this is the stamp set. And then it has the dies to cut out the peony and then make a 3D peony on top of it. We're not going to be doing that today. The only thing I'm going to be using out of this is this border die. It's got a scalloped edge and then it actually does some embossing. So I've pre-done that. Let me show you real quick. This is going to be the main focal piece. You'll need a 3x4 piece of cardstock, and as you see, I just cut it out right down at the very end, and that with that border die, that scallop border die, and then it has the embossing done right in there. So very pretty. So you'll be needing that. I'm also going to be using the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. If you have not seen this stuff, it's got a series of basic gray and gray granite, and then on the other side, I've been really kind of cutting into this. It's got other patterns and petal pink. So very light, very pretty paper. So I'm going to use this piece of it. It is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and it's just kind of got a soft little pattern on there. I'm using a gray granite piece of cardstock for the base. This is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that I cut in half at 5 1/2 and then scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to hook these on here with some of my Tombow liquid glue. Just to set the base. Like so, and I'll set that aside. Then I used mint macaron on a scrap piece of mint macaron to create the sentiment, and I'm using "So Sorry for Your Loss." This is, I thought, a soft card that would be great for, let's see, I'm going to do it this way. So sorry for your loss. For a funeral. I will be using the Label Me Fancy label. It has the special, if you want to make a tag out of it where you run ribbon through it, it has the special punches on that, so you get 3 for 1. However, today I'm just going to be using it for the tag, and I don't need the whole thing punched out because this is going to go behind my image, so I just punched out what I needed, and then I will set that aside. Now let's get to our main image. The Prized Peony is a red rubber ink, and I'm going to be using some of our Stampin' blends. I will be using the Rococo Rose and the Mint Macaron. It doesn't seem like it would be a color that would go together, but it actually went very beautifully. So I'm going to start off by just inking up my image with Tuxedo Black Memento ink. This stamps out a really beautiful image. Give it a minute for the ink to transfer without rocking the block. And when I say it stamps out a beautiful image, it stamps out a beautiful image. Very crisp and clean. I love it. So then I'm going to take my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to start with the green. And there's two colors of green on here. There's the light and the dark of the mint macaron, and I'm going to use the brush tip end, and I'm going to use the light to start. I'm going to just, Stampin' Up! Did a really good job with this set, adding the dark spots for us. So it's not like I have to really do any blending of color necessarily, so I'm just gonna color it in. I do quick little strokes because I don't want the ink that's down to grab the alcohol ink from the marker and spread. So just kind of quick strokes. And then I'm going to use the bullet end to go back. And I'm just going to go back over these dark spots here. And I'm going to add a few shaggy lines just for a little bit of accent. And I don't even have to think about this because it's just kind of where Stampin' Up! Has it. So that's nice. Okay. Perfect. Now I'm going to do the same thing here with the light. I'm just going to go over the flower. Now these dry just a little bit different color. This was the light, yeah. I just try to do fast brush strokes. This ink is actually made for our alcohol markers. However, I can say if you let them sit really close to the edge for very long, they do start to not evaporate, I'm trying to think of the word. The color starts to fade out, feather. So especially when I'm by the border edges here, I just do quick small strokes. You can go back, but you can't correct it once it's bled in. Okay, just like that. Now the cool thing about these markers is I could use this to do some darkening. However, if you use the same marker over what you already did, you can get kind of that darkening. So I'm going to go over some of these areas that are already dark and kind of the back side of the flower here. And this is going to give me a little bit of a different color, especially when it dries. And like a two-tone. Can you see that? It's already kind of doing a two-tone already. Let's not forget this guy. Once you work with the blends for a little bit, you kind of get to know how to use them, but it's definitely a learning curve. They're not hard. Okay, so as it dries, it'll lighten a bit. Let's put that aside. Let's bring back our image. I'm going to, I got quite a mess here with my twine. I'm going to take a piece of twine and I'm just going to wrap it around until I get kind of a circle of it, like so. Separate it just a little bit, maybe one more. Okay, something like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and hook this right onto my glue dot like so. So it's stuck in there pretty good. And I'm going to take this and just put this right over my image here, because I want to look and see where I'm going to hook this down. Now I'm not going to have this hook from the designer series paper. I want it to kind of stay up here a little bit so you have more of a border this way, and I want this to come in. So I'm going to use dimensionals to pop this up. Let me see something. I'm going to move this one down a hair. Okay, so I want it just kind of off. Oops, kind of got it stuck. I want to see this edge. So this is kind of where I want it on this edge to even up and then come down. So that gives me enough room that I can do a little of the green glue, and I chose the green glue on purpose. One, it sticks very well, and two, it gives me a little of time to adjust. So slipping this under here, pulling that out, there we go. Have just that little element showing, and I think that's crooked, there we go. Okay, and then the last thing with the Peony Garden, they have the elegant faceted gems. These things are super pretty, and I didn't want to take away from the somber mood of this card, but I did want to add just a little bit of beauty to it. So what I did is I took a couple of these. They have 3 different kinds here. They've got kind of a pinkish one, a clear, and then a frosted. I'm hoping you guys can see that on camera. And I took a couple of these frosted ones and I just laid it down right here, just for a little bit of glimmer. So here you go. It was that easy, you guys. Now, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so if you would like to order of any of these products, please do so. You can find them on my online store, which if you're watching this on YouTube, I will hook my link in the description box down below, or you can find me at piccadillystampin.com, or you can find me at Piccadilly Stampin' on Facebook. Go ahead and like me there, and there's a Shop Now button. Nice and easy. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.